to the world.
Put a smile on your face when you're moving from place to place. Good morning, good morning, morning, good morning, morning.
And welcome to the Tobago Updates Morning Show. I am your host, Renessa Ortiz, and we're right here in studio again yet another morning to bring to you everything that is happening within the space. We want to say thank you to all of our viewers joining us on YouTube, Facebook, AMPLIA, Flow, and Digicel. Thank you for making Tobago Updates your #1 station. Before we get any further into the programming this morning, we head on over to news in 90 seconds. In a historic first, the Tobago Hospitality and Tourism Institute has signed a brand ambassador and content collaboration agreement with popular creator Anisha Webb, widely known as Tobago Black. As an incoming tourism studies student, Webb will document her authentic campus journey, highlighting student life, academic programs, and career paths to engage prospective students. For residents needing help with financial institutions, the Office of the Financial Services Ombudsman is coming to Tobago tomorrow, Wednesday, July 22nd. Officers will be stationed at the Victor E. Bruce Financial Complex in Scarborough from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. to deliver direct assistance and address unresolved complaints regarding banks, non-bank financial entities, and insurance companies. Turning to youth development, online registration is officially open for Sports Camp 2026, hosted by the Division of Youth Empowerment and Sport. Running from August 3rd to 14th across 14 island-wide locations, the camp caters to ages 7 to 15, with swimming open for kids as young as 5. Featuring 13 disciplines including football, archery, golf, and martial arts. Participants will receive expert coaching and life skills training. Finally, in business, Rupnarayan Home Center has expanded its footprint to Tobago, revealing its 4th nationwide location at Shervan Plaza on Shervan Road. The comprehensive home improvement center offers a wide range of home finishings and hardware products for an all-in-one product location. And that was your news in 90 seconds. Tune in again at 6:30 p.m. for our full newscast. Now, yesterday, viewers, we had the Charlottesville National Treasures Day. The Tobago Heritage Festival is still ongoing. And if you weren't there, it was one to be missed. You had so much cultural engagement. It was such a great opportunity for Tobagonians to really come out and be a part of their heritage, and it continues within our generations as we continue to move forward for the progress of Tobago and to continue to expand our tourism product. We're moving on to the celebratory segment of our morning. We're on to our birthday shout-outs this morning. First up on the lineup, we have Desi London. Happy birthday to you. Wishing you a great day ahead. Be safe on the nation's roads. Ensure that you take some time out to really reflect on what you want this new year to be all about. And we're wishing you all God's richest blessings in your new year. Next up on the lineup, and last but certainly not least, we have Nicole Smith. Such a radiant and vibrant smile. I think the background I'm seeing, the flooring looks much like the airport. So I'm hoping that you're flying out this morning, or that you flew out yesterday, to ensure that you celebrate your day with a big bang. Hope you have a great day today, and wishing you all God's richest blessings upon your new year. And this has brought us to the end of our birthday shout outs. I want to say to those of you who did not send in your greetings, we want to say happy birthday to you and wishing you a great day ahead. Now we're heading straight into the rundown this morning. We're going to share with you what we have in store for you viewers. First up, we have the Goodwood Village Council Yam Festival Heritage Queen Show, and we're going to see what's that is all about. And we're going to wrap up this segment this morning with Orlando Kerr, Assembly Member with the responsibility for the Division of Education, Skills and Innovation, and we're going to be going into a 6-month review. So to be a part of these conversations, stay right here on Tobago Updates, and we bring that to you. But before we go to the break, I want to remind you to share the live, share the live, share the live.
Our world is filled with rhythm,
Rhythm that's unapologetic, infectious, timeless. Rhythm is commitment in action. It's how we show up for each other with unrelenting support that goes the distance. Rhythm lives in the tiny beats of our most intimate moments and the seismic roars of our biggest achievements. Rhythm is resilience in motion. So even when things go out of sync, we do what it takes to bring the rhythm back. At Flow, we understand your rhythm because we live it. That's why we're dedicated to building a network as resilient as you, with a team of familiar faces working every day to keep you on beat. You're at the heart of everything we do, and our commitment is to keep your rhythm flowing, no matter what.
Coming up, Barbados kicks off festival season with Crop Over, where you can live like a local. Moments of discovery and joy during Culinary Month in Antigua and Barbuda. Find that hero within you. As these women of vision share their stories of success, Caribbean Passport TV, your guide to what's happening in the region, here on this station.
As small Caribbean islands, we do need to remember that we can't do it individually. The Caribbean needs to work as a whole. From something as simple as pool procurement of medicine or pool procurement of equipment, to sharing training, to having centers of excellence in different islands. Working together as one, we can become giants.
Be viewing Caribbean Medical TV on this station.
The Caribbean is more than just a place. It's a spirit, resilient, vibrant, and full of possibility. Rooted in connection, driven by community. It's who we are and the heart of everything we do. For over 150 years, we've been right here, invested in the Caribbean, its people, and its progress. And today, we're going even further. Liberty Business, rooted in the Caribbean, committed to you.
Are you in a dispute with a registered investment service provider of the TTSEC? Or maybe you're the victim of an investment scam? You can lodge a complaint or submit an anonymous tip to the Trinidad and Tobago Securities and Exchange Commission. Download our Investor Protection app or go to ttsec.org.tt to access our complaint form or submit an anonymous tip. Write a clear summary of your complaint. Submit copies of supporting documents along with the originals for verification. Provide a copy of the feedback received from the entity regarding your complaint. All investor complaints or scam reports submitted by the public are acknowledged and reviewed by the TTSEC. Investigations are pursued based on the outcome of the review. Trinidad and Tobago Securities and Exchange Commission, protecting the interests of investors and the public. You invest, we protect. Everyone benefits.
Welcome to Tobago Glass Supplies Limited, where innovation meets excellence and service reigns supreme. Our commitment is simple: to provide high-quality, innovative aluminum, vinyl, and glass solutions for both commercial and residential spaces. At TGSL, we don't just meet needs, we exceed expectations. Our range includes the finest aluminum cladding options, setting new standards in durability and style. Driven by our passion to elevate, we aim to be the leading supplier in the Caribbean market while retaining our identity as a family-owned business. Because at Tobago Glass Supplies Limited, it's not just about products. It's about relationships, it's about you. Innovation, quality, service. That's Tobago Glass Supplies Limited.
Tobago updates, we keeping it true.
Oh gosh, Tobago updates. On the screen, there we go. You're home for October, carnival show. From the big stage shine to the rainbow line, we bring Tobago to the world in real time.
Tobago updates, Tobago updates. Carnival 2026, we set the pace. Wave your flag.
Ha! Nice.
If I have to call a supervisor one more time to sign off on a customer because their financials are in a mess, I will scream.
Hey, don't scream in a bank. That have lockup in it.
It's either they're not registered properly, or you know what? We could just forget about annual returns, right?
Compliance is a bad word to most of them. Haul your compliance out of here. But let me eat.
What is wrong with Trinbagonians? I mean, it has so much help they could get out there.
Well, you know, Trinis, we don't like to spend we money.
But you know what? Be comfortable with losing we money. That make it any financial
What people should do is call Anderson in Trinidad and Tobago.
Wait, what? Anderson in Trinidad and Tobago?
Anderson in Trinidad and Tobago Tax and Accounting Services. Yeah, they offer help from registering your business to filing your tax.
Oh!
My lunch is over. Oh!
Wait, tell me more.
No, go and scream in the bank. You go and scream in the bank.
No, I don't get one sooner.
And I have never, ever tried anything from the dirt oven.
Let's go to the backyard dirt oven on a Thursday.
Here now, talk about authentic. On entry, I felt at home. I felt like I was going to visit my loving grandmother on a weekend. The kind of weekend where she showers you with love, stories, and food. This place is a home away from home. And just like I would do at home, I pop the question,
what you had to eat day? And boom, coconut drops. Boom, bread. Boom, garlic bread. Boom, hops. Boom, coconut tart. Boom, jam tart. And boom, something they call nuts. And just like that, Mistress Baker was ready to pop them in the oven. And don't worry, she had some help. And while we was waiting, I said, let we hear from Mistress Baker herself.
Well, we've been operating for a couple of years now. We started, this was a COVID project. We operate strictly on Tuesdays only. You don't keep stock, we only sell on Tuesdays.
Such a sweet lady. Hey, AMPLIA, it's ready. When last you see a nice golden brown bread, sir? Backyard bakery for the win. AMPLIA, a GT, I finally get me the oven bread with a little extra goodies on the side. You might be asking, where they're located? They are located on Bukuru, right on Nightingale Avenue, right before Racetrack Wheels if you're coming from town. Just look for the green hedge. You can't miss it. Pause. Check out the menu they one time.
Honestly, guys, this is an experience I will never forget. It's a home away from home, a place filled with love, life,
and most importantly, good bread.
Put a smile on your face when you're moving from place to place. Good morning, good morning, morning, good morning, morning.
Good morning, viewers, and welcome back to Tobago Updates morning show. As promised before the break, we're speaking with the Goodwood Village Council, the Yam Festival Heritage Queen Show. We have in studio with us Brent Smith, aka Brenzo. He's the president of the Goodwood Village Council, and we also have Wendy Devine. She's the treasurer here with us. Trustee, my apologies, here to talk to us this morning about the Queen Show. Good morning and welcome to you.
Hello, good morning to you, good morning to your viewers.
Thanks for having us here.
And thank you for having us here.
Now, this is the third edition of the Goodwood Village Council Yam Festival Heritage Queen Show. For those hearing about it for the first time, tell us what inspired the start of the show.
Well,
now,
let
me take a thing on this. Now, this festival was originally launched and established about in the 90s, right? But because of the coup, it was cancelled. And that this was launched, this organized committee was under the chairman of Goulburn Job. He started it, right? But then, due to the coup, it was cancelled, and then about 2013 to 2015, they relaunched the show again. You know, and it had a good start because you had the High Commission from the High Commissioner from the Festival Commission, the Nigeria High Commissioner was there in that time. So, you know, it was a big thing at that time. It was really nice. But then again, there was some gaps between it. Because then again, you come now and you miss out, and then in 2023 is when you relaunch it to the new Yam Festival, right? So here is where we have this. It is a broadly, and it was on a full scale then, where you have the culinary arts, where you have the yam included, and you know the yam is a sort of staple. Well, you have different type of yam, right? You have the Igbo yam, and you have the Guinea yam, you have the wild yam. So all of these that we incorporate to make the good yam dish, to make this event a success. And when you hear about yam, people would not really take a hit on yam, but then when you do the dishes with it, like ice cream and the cake and the sucker bag and the pilori, these are the things that does excite the people and have them really want to come to Goodwood to experience this Yam Festival.
Now, I have a question about the culinary aspect of this festival. You said that you could get cake, there's the sucker bag, there's the ice cream. Now, I know later on we'll be talking to the queens, but is it that when they come to this event that the queens have to present some sort of culinary dish that the patrons who are there are able to experience what the yam can be made into?
Well, I believe yes. I'm not a part of the Queen show to know well what they will be displaying, but yes, I think that this have to be a big part of it because this is the star of the day, the yam. That is why it is the Yam Festival. So I believe that they will have to do a display on yam.
Now, Mr. Smith, I'm shifting the conversation
Let's
to you
a
bit.
Let's go ahead, man.
Before we came on air, we were speaking about Goodwood was originally known and is known for the yam. Tell us about the rich history about why yam is such an important part of the village's identity.
Well, yam, Goodwood, as you know, is an agricultural part. We are proud to have one of the only functioning, I would say, I could challenge anybody that, farmers group within Tobago, which is the Grove Young Farmers Association, right? We have been traditionally known for farming. Yam was part of the tradition, right? As we don't want to get into the agricultural aspect and where that is in Tobago. But as you know, so yam is a very resilient crop, right? As you know, if you do some minor research on Google, you'll understand that yam is king of the crops, right? And it is primarily used in Nigeria and Ghana and so on, Benin, in Africa, to celebrate or the change of season, right? In this case, we celebrating from the ending of the dry season. We are going into the wet season, and the African tradition says that, you know, we ask the ancestors for prosperity during the next change of season. So yam is resilient in that way. Added to that, if I may jump the gun a little, right? Because of the resilience of yam and the versatility of the yam crop, right, the king of crops, it was chosen to represent a fella, a priest, right, by the name of John Dick, right? We have a writer from our community, her name is Bellis, right, Bob, and the play was written based on a synopsis or summary of his life, right? He was an African priest enslaved in Tobago, and he began revolting, right, on the plantation in Goodwood. And I believe, well, the historians could bail me out on this, that at that time, in the 1700s, the revolt began across Tobago, right? And they chose to hang him, right? And that play is written and depicting the life of John Dick, as my comrade, right, my trustee, indicated that the high priest of Nigeria,
the High Commissioner.
The High Commissioner of Nigeria, sorry, right, and Mr. J.D. Elder thought it fit, right, thought it right to have a monument dedicated to Mr. John Dick. I'd like to tell you how significant he is in this Tobago sphere, and I say in Tobago, right, that we acknowledge Mr. John Dick, right? So come out and enjoy the play. There's many aspects to the Yam Festival. There's many aspects to Goodwood, and this is an opportunity to highlight the different aspects of our community, right?
Now, in the spirit of highlighting the varying aspects of Goodwood,
yes.
My question now is, since yam is the king of the crop,
yes, yeah,
in your community, I know you've mentioned the Goldsboro Young Farmers Association.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Is it that we are seeing within the community a generation that is still in the process of yam cultivation? I know there would be the grandparents and the parents who would have been cultivating their crops and ensuring that yam is still very much a part of their household meals. They may have gone to the farmers market and sold, but are you seeing an increase in young people being a part of the yam cultivation?
Well, to be honest with you, I didn't want to go too much in that, right?
So that...
Go ahead, Miss Winnie.
Could I intercede?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
so
go ahead.
Because young people now, they don't take much interest into agriculture. So now this is why we want to reintroduce this, and why, and I was glad when the Yam Fest come back on play, because this is now to get their interest in agriculture, so that they can now start to, plant yam, and because yam is a good thing. It is a good food, and it's good for different things, the heart, it boosts your immune system then. So we are trying now to get the young people, because we'll have a display on how to plant yam on that day, right? We'll have that kind of display as well.
From the Goldsboro Young Farmers Association, right? If I may say that we need to encourage back farming and the love of farming in Tobago on a whole, right? Specifically Goodwood. So this is an opportunity to pass on back the knowledge, and yes, all get into farming, right? Which is a very emotional about when talking to agriculture. So I'm trying to stay away from that, right? Really, right? But yes, we need to get back to agriculture, and Goldsboro Farmers at this time from the Goodwood is leading the way in that, and I'm hoping that it's a sad thing where simple things like yam and cassava and dasheen, you had to go quite Trinidad to buy it. You can't vex the farmers in Trinidad for that, right? For selling wheat. You understand? So I doesn't really want to focus too much on agriculture. Right?
You're saying that you want to get the young people back into
I want to get them back into farming.
But we need to start having these conversations.
We have to start to have the hard conversation.
Because we've been having a conversation over the past few years about food security here on the island of Tobago. Now, apart from this festival, because the goal is to get our young people back into that sphere of agriculture. Apart from this festival, are there other initiatives, apart from this, that you would be rolling out after that we can continue to engage the young people? Because sometimes what we do is we have one festival for the entire year, and then there is no follow-up after to ensure that there is a continuous engagement of our young people and including them into the whole concept of agriculture?
Well, I could say that, right? Let me tell you why. This Godo Jam Festival have different aspects. The orange economy, right, which is arts and craft and so on, right? The Godo Jam Festival has highlighted, yes, we want to protest about pavilion and pavilion, but what about the writers? Are they not part of the community as well? Right? What about the example with John Dick on Fire, right? The lady, the artist who created this poster, right? Are they not part of the community as well? Right? What about the actors? What about the dancers? They are part of the community as well. Right? So this goes to show the other young people, not only farming young people, you know, because not every young person will farm. Right? Some people love culture. Some people love what they do. They can't get enough of dancing. They can't get enough of drawing. Right? They can't get enough of writing play. Where do they go? Right? So the Goodwood Village Council, right, has opened up an avenue, right? And we are so proud, right? We are so thankful to Miss Shanja Jerry, right, our program coordinator, for allowing us let's say, a piece of Pembroke, right, to help us reignite the fire of culture, right, and arts, the orange economy, right, back into the village of Goodwood.
Now,
right?
when we hear about the orange economy, we think about tourism here on the island of Tobago. Now, how does this festival fit into that broader vision for Tobago's tourism product? How does the council contribute to that in terms of ensuring that this part of our heritage, this part of our culture and legacy continues to live on?
Well, part of the culture is history, right? And Goodwood is #1 for a lot of history. Right in the Goodwood Secondary School, where this festival is kept, there's an old sugar mill, right? Kudos to Miss Fritz, the principal of Goodwood High School. I think he's the best principal in the history of Goodwood High School, right? There's a sugar mill, the sugar mill experience there. And if you look just behind, right, the high school, there's another old sugar mill. So there's a lot of history, right? But something has to attract that, right? And in this Yam Festival is where you're going to learn a little bit about the history of Goodwood, the history of Yam, and people will come year round, right? Right now, on the buzz is clear that everybody want to come Goodwood this year, right? They want to see how Yam tastes, the different parts of Yam. They want to see the play. They want to see the queen. They want to hear what Goodwood has to offer. And I think I have to give respect to the festivals, right, and the tourism, or the people who put the team together, right, which is, let's tell the whole story, because John Dick is a story that has not been told, right? And so we have an opportunity to tell a story that was not being told, right? I could boast, and I could take the challenge that John Dick happened before the Belmont riot. You understand? I like looking back and think. You know that, right? Right?
Now, Mr. Visa, I'm shifting the conversation back to you a bit as the culinary expert here this morning. Now, we've spoken about the different varieties of yams, but is it that depending on the type of yam that you choose, it would work better for different dishes? And tell us a little bit about that in terms of maybe ice cream, maybe the cake, which yams work better for which one?
Now, we have the yam that called the cotton chowie. That yam, if you drop a piece of it, it grows anyway, right? That yam, it is white and it is soft. That is the better yam to make these dishes with, right? Because it's moist, right? You don't want some of the yam, they are dry and they are stiff. Now, as a food person, I know how to make these things work. But for me, I would say that the wild yam, that is the best yam to do the dishes with.
Now, if someone has never cooked yam before, what is one of the easiest recipes that they can try if they want to start today?
Well, the easiest recipe I will tell you about yam is that you just should peel the yam, put it to boil, and you have some smoked fish or some salt fish, and you prepare it and try it with the yam and see how it works. After that, you can boil the yam You know, when you go to boil the yam to do like bake, because you make a lovely bake and bread, you will just, you know, blanch the yam. You're not going to be boiling the yam to the extent where it is soft, because you need to grate the yam after. So you don't want it too soft because it would be messy, you know. So you can just blanch it, grate it, and you can mix it in the flour and make a bake. You can try that. It is nice. Yes.
Now, in terms of recipes as it relates to creating yam dishes, have you ever created a modern twist on a traditional dish as it relates to yam? And tell us how you did it, what was the outcome, and how you even ended up conceptualizing that idea.
Well, the twist in the yam for me, when I first started yam, right, I say, well, okay, the cake. Some people will just grate the yam and make the cake, but that is not how to do it. You must first, yes, you're going to grate the yam, and then you have to blend the yam, right, with a lot of wine, okay? And no egg. You're not going to put no egg in the yam, because if you put egg in the yam, it will become very hard, because remember, egg of itself is a binder, and yam have a binding effect as well. You understand? So you now have to know what to do to prepare this yam. So now this is the twist for me in it. You're going to be using a lot of wine to blend it in. After grating it, you must blend it and prepare it without eggs. You know, you do your butter and, you know.
That's very interesting. I've never heard about making cake without eggs.
Yes, you could make it without eggs.
I've usually only seen cake being made with eggs.
No, you're not going to be putting any egg in the yam cake, because like I tell you, egg is a binding, is a binder yam as well. So because if you cook yam and leave it, it gets very tight, right? So you're not going to be trying to combine egg with yam. You would not get anything good from it. It will be too stiff. So this is how it works for me, and this is the twist in it for me. No eggs, and you use a lot of wine to make the cake.
Now, with using wine as one of the ingredients within this recipe, is there an after effect that we need to be worried about, or is that usually neutralized with the entire process?
No, it neutralized, but I mean, you're not going to get high, if that is what you're worried about. You're not going to get high. But it will give you this nice moist, you know, the nice taste from the wine. So it will be mellow, it will be good.
Now, what advice would you give to someone who's going to purchase yam in the farmer's market? What to look out for to determine whether this yam is a good one to buy to take home to try any of these recipes?
No, you have to make sure that they don't give you like too much from the head of the yam. You know, some people just bring the yam and they want to sell all the parts. They're not going to be telling you, well, plant this part. You know, when you cut off the head, the lower part of the yam is the one you're looking for, because that is the part that will be more moist. If you take too much up to the head, it will be hard and might be bitter as well. Yes.
So thank you so much for that tip. Viewers, stay right here. We're going to a short break and we'll be right back to continue the conversation about the Yam Heritage Queen Show and Festival Show as well. Stay right here. Remember to share the live, share the live, share the live.
Coming up, Barbados kicks off festival season with Crop Over, where you can live like a local. Moments of discovery and joy during Culinary Month in Antigua and Barbuda. Find that hero within you. As these women of vision share their stories of success, Caribbean Passport TV, your guide to what's happening in the region, here on this station.
As small Caribbean islands, we do need to remember that we can't do it individually. The Caribbean needs to work as a whole. From something as simple as pool procurement of medicine or pool procurement of equipment, to sharing training, to having centers of excellence in different islands. working together as one, we can become giants.
Be viewing Caribbean Medical TV on this station.
The Caribbean is more than just a place. It's a spirit, resilient, vibrant, and full of possibility. Rooted in connection, driven by community. It's who we are at the heart of everything we do. For over 150 years, we've been right here, invested in the Caribbean, its people, and its progress. And today, we're going even further. Liberty Business, rooted in the Caribbean, committed to you.
Are you in a dispute with a registered investment service provider of the TTSEC? Or maybe you're the victim of an investment scam? You can lodge a complaint or submit an anonymous tip to the Trinidad and Tobago Securities and Exchange Commission. Download our Investor Protection app or go to ttsec.org.tt to access our complaint form or submit an anonymous tip. Write a clear summary of your complaint. Submit copies of supporting documents along with the originals for verification. Provide a copy of the feedback received from the entity regarding your complaint. All investor complaints or scam reports submitted by the public are acknowledged and reviewed by the TTSEC. Investigations are pursued based on the outcome of the review. Trinidad and Tobago Securities and Exchange Commission, protecting the interests of investors and the public. You invest, we protect. Everyone benefits.
Welcome to Tobago Glass Supplies Limited, where innovation meets excellence and the service reigns supreme. Our commitment is simple: to provide high-quality, innovative aluminum, vinyl, and glass solutions for both commercial and residential spaces. At TGSL, we don't just meet needs, we exceed expectations. Our range includes the finest aluminum cladding options, setting new standards in durability and style. Driven by our passion to elevate, we aim to be the leading supplier in the Caribbean market while retaining our identity as a family-owned business. Because at Tobago Glass Supplies Limited, it's not just about products. It's about relationships, it's about you. Innovation, quality, service. That's Tobago Glass Supplies Limited.
Tobago updates, we keeping it true.
Oh gosh, Tobago updates. On the screen, here we go. You're home for October Carnival show. From the big stage shine to the rabbit hole line, we bring Tobago to the world in real time.
Tobago updates, Tobago updates. Carnival 2026, we set the pace. Wave your flag, anywhere you're there, anywhere. Island love, trimming all around you. Yeah. Big king love, come for the rhythm start.
Tobago updates, Caribbean art.
Nice.
If I have to call a supervisor one more time to sign off on a customer because their financials are in a mess, I will scream.
Hey, don't scream in a bank. That have lockup in it.
It's either they're not registered properly, or you know what? We could just forget about annual returns, right?
Compliance is a bad word to most of them. Haul your compliance out of here. But let me eat.
What is wrong with Trinbagonians? I mean, it has so much help they could get out there.
Well, you know, Trinis, we don't like to spend we money.
But you know what? Be comfortable with losing we money. That make it any financial
sense. What people should do is call Anderson in Trinidad and Tobago.
Wait, what? Anderson in Trinidad and Tobago?
Anderson in Trinidad and Tobago Tax and Accounting Services. Yeah, they offer help from registering your business to filing your tax. My lunch is over.
Wait, tell me more.
No, go and scream in the bank. You go and scream in the bank.
No, Antoine, don't get one sooner.
I have never, ever tried anything from the dirt oven. Let's go to the backyard dirt oven on a Thursday. Here now, talk about authentic. On entry, I felt at home. I felt like I was going to visit my loving grandmother on a weekend. The kind of weekend where she showers you with love, stories, and food. This place is a home away from home. And just like I would do at home, I popped the question, what you had to eat day? And boom, coconut drops. Boom, bread. Boom, garlic bread, boom, hops, boom, coconut tart, boom, jam tart, and boom, something they call nuts. And just like that, Mistress Baker was ready to pop them in the oven. And don't worry, she had some help. And while we was waiting, I said, let we hear from Mistress Baker herself.
Well, we've been operating for a couple of years now. We started, this was a COVID project. We operate strictly on Tuesdays only. You don't keep stock, we only sell on Tuesdays.
Such a sweet lady. Hey, Olia, it's ready. When last you see a nice golden brown bread, sir? Backyard bakery for the win. Olia, a GT, I finally get me the oven bread with a little extra goodies on the side. You might be asking, where they're located? They are located on Bukuru, right on Nightingale Avenue, right before Racetrack Wheels if you're coming from town. Just look for the green hedge. You can't miss it. Pause. Check out the menu day one time. Honestly, guys, this is an experience I will never forget. It's a home away from home, a place filled with love, life, and most importantly, good bread.
Okay. 335, 336, 337, 338, 339.
Counting on your fingers again. No wonder you lose your business.
Grandpa, thanks for helping me start over.
You not lucky in business, you know. As a child, you tried to sell hog plum. That failed. As a teenager, you and your boyfriend tried to break into the jewelry business. But hey, where that boy end up?
He live in Aruka, in the Grove. The golden one.
Oh, child, if you want to get into business, you have to have your financial records intact. But hey, do you know your numbers?
Of course, 624. 333.
No, child, your numbers, your ratios, your equity ratios. You have a financial handicap.
What?
You need to see somebody about that. Anderson.
Who?
Anderson in Trinidad and Tobago, they offer tax and accounting services. They know about financial management.
Grandpa, I started this business with nothing.
And nothing is what you will end up with unless you call Anderson Services. Here.
Okay, this card is nice.
Yeah.
What's this?
Your rental fee. Have business will pay rent. Hot and groovy in the soca party.
Put a smile on your face when you're moving from place to place. Good morning, good morning,
Goodwood Village Council welcomes everyone July the 28th, 2026 to the Goodwood Yam Festival and Expo. Come on, bring the family, have some fun, enjoy, dance with us, prance with us. Come join with us as we celebrate together using yam, the king of crops. At the end of this dry season, we pray for a bountiful harvest during the rainy season. I have come taste our yam cake, yam bread, yam ice cream. Things sweet. Me hear a man been a sokoni agodo, and I wonder who. Bring the entire family, come out and play some games, enjoy yourself. Oh Lord, the legacy continues, live music and culture, the best on display. Goodwood sweet, come out July the 28th to Goodwood Yam Festival and Expo.
Viewers, welcome back, and we're shifting the conversation to the queens that will be a part of this heritage festival, this heritage show. We're here with one of the teachers of the Goodwood Secondary School who has the responsibility for grooming these young women to be a part of the upcoming show. Good morning and welcome to you, Miss Maslin.
Good morning, Ms. Ranessa. Good morning, Tobago. Good morning to your Tobago Updates viewers. It's a pleasure to be here this morning.
Now we're diving into the pageant aspect of this show in terms of preparations and getting the girls ready, and also the roll out of the entire pageant. Give us a bit of a walkthrough of what that would be like on the night.
Right, so we have been preparing a cohort of young ladies to take part in the Yam Festival Queen Show. And for the last month and some, during their break times, during their lunch time, we will get an empty classroom and just, have that conversation with them, have them walk with the heels, have them practice to walk in these heels and to stand erectly, to display confidence and boldness, because all of that is a part of pageantry, being able to, stage deportment, how do you carry yourself, how do you speak, and, how to show confidence. So these are some of the things we've been working with them behind the scenes with so far, as well as talking to them in terms of their sense of style, their talent for the show, and things like that. Yes.
Now that's really interesting to hear that we're continuing to groom our young women in the Tobago space to ensure that they are confident leaders when they step out.
Yes,
into
definitely,
the
definitely.
spaces. And we're also going to head into introducing our lovely young women that will be a part of this Yam Festival. They'll tell us a little bit about themselves and also about preparation for this upcoming event. Here with one of the lovely young ladies for the Yam Festival. Just introduce to our viewers who you are and tell us a little bit about preparation thus far.
Good morning, everyone. I am Shivani Solomon. I am 16 years old. I attend Goodwood. Preparation is a very tedious job. It's something that it's something that you have to put your mind to, because if you don't put your mind to it, I don't know. Honestly, something that will be deep rooted for. Yeah.
Thank you so much, and we wish you all the best in the upcoming festival. Next up, we have... Just introduce yourself and tell us what inspired you to be a part of this Queen Show.
A pleasant good morning to all viewers tuning in to Tobago Updates. I am Kimaya Macmillan. I'm 15 years old. And what inspired me is that from young, I always took part in the competition. And ever since I loved it. And as Shivani say, it is something that's determined and you need to put your mind to it. And it's something that you need to be passionate and brave about and boast and show yourself, and you want to represent Trinidad and Tobago, because I believe it is important that we preserve and celebrate where we came from.
Thank you so much. Next up we have... Tell us your name and tell us a little bit about your talent. Don't go too much into it, but just talk about the research and some of the things that you've had to do to prepare for the Yam Festival.
Good morning, Trinidad and Tobago. I am Shada Daniel, 16 years old. My dish inspired me because of my grandmother. I used to watch my grandmother cook when she was alive, and the dish inspired me because I missed her. And
that is such a great way to honor her memory. Next up we have...
Good morning, Tobago. I am Khaleesi Tobias Calendar. I'm 14 years old and I'm from Goodwood Secondary School.
So tell us a little bit about how the preparations has been for you. Not only that, but also having to be in school, taking time on your break time to go and practice and be in heels, probably even public speaking. What has that been like for you?
Honestly, it has been fun. The only thing is, if you want to succeed in this, you have to really, as Shivani said, really put your mind to it, and you have to make sure that you focus on it and you make it a priority in what you're doing. Like almost everything you're doing, you gotta make it a priority. But I think this is one thing that you have to focus a lot on when you're going to do it. Like on a show, you have to prep yourself and all those stuff.
Thank you so much. And last but certainly not least, tell us your name, tell us your age, and also tell us what has been one of the most interesting parts about being a part of this entire experience.
Good morning. My name is AMPLIA McKenna, and the most interesting part about being part of this was learning to bring up my confidence and being more open to different things and learning to just be out there and just put yourself to different things, and you never know what can happen to you.
And I really do hope that being a part of this experience really encourages you to step outside of your comfort zone a bit more. Thank you so much. To viewers, this is our Queens, some of the Queens for Yam Festival show that will be held in Goodwood. Stay tuned and you can follow their progress on the Goodwood Village Council Instagram page or their Facebook page so that you can be abreast as to what is happening. I want to say thank you for staying tuned here to Big Update. Stay right here. We'll be right back. And remember to share the live, share the live, share the live.
As small Caribbean islands, we do need to remember that we can't do it individually. The Caribbean needs to work as a whole. From something as simple as pooled procurement of medicine or pooled procurement of equipment, to sharing training, to having centers of excellence in different islands. Working together as one, we can become giants.
Be viewing Caribbean Medical TV on this station.
Coming up, Barbados kicks off festival season with Crop Over, where you can live like a local. Moments of discovery and joy during Culinary Month in Antigua and Barbuda. Find that hero within you. As these women of vision share their stories of success, Caribbean Passport TV, your guide to what's happening in the region, here on this station.
As small Caribbean islands, we do need to remember that we can't do it individually. The Caribbean needs to work as a whole. From something as simple as pooled procurement of medicine or pooled procurement of equipment, to sharing training, to having centers of excellence in different islands. Working together as one, we can become giants.
Be viewing Caribbean Medical TV on this station.
The Caribbean is more than just a place. It's a spirit, resilient, vibrant, and full of possibility. Rooted in connection, driven by community. It's who we are at the heart of everything we do. For over 150 years, we've been right here, invested in the Caribbean, its people, and its progress. And today, we're going even further. Liberty Business, rooted in the Caribbean, committed to you.
Are you in a dispute with a registered investment service provider of the TTSEC? Or maybe you're the victim of an investment scam? You can lodge a complaint or submit an anonymous tip to the Trinidad and Tobago Securities and Exchange Commission. Download our Investor Protection app or go to ttsec.org.tt to access our complaint form or submit an anonymous tip. Write a clear summary of your complaint. Submit copies of supporting documents along with the originals for verification. Provide a copy of the feedback received from the entity regarding your complaint. All investor complaints or scam reports submitted by the public are acknowledged and reviewed by the TTSEC. Investigations are pursued based on the outcome of the review. Trinidad and Tobago Securities and Exchange Commission, protecting the interests of investors and the public. You invest, we protect. Everyone benefits.
Welcome to Tobago Glass Supplies Limited, where innovation meets excellence and service reigns supreme. Our commitment is simple: to provide high-quality, innovative aluminum, vinyl, and glass solutions for both commercial and residential spaces. At TGSL, we don't just meet needs, we exceed expectations. Our range includes the finest aluminum cladding options, setting new standards in durability and style. Driven by our passion to elevate, we aim to be the leading supplier in the Caribbean market while retaining our identity as a family-owned business. Because at Tobago Glass Supplies Limited, it's not just about products. It's about relationships, it's about you. Innovation, quality, service. That's Tobago Glass Supplies Limited.
Tobago updates, we keeping it true. Oh gosh, Tobago updates. On the screen, here we go. You're home for October, carnival show. From the big stage shine to the volleyball line, we bring Tobago to the world in real time. Tobago updates, Tobago updates. Carnival 2026, we set the pace, 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 pace. Wave your flag, anywhere you're there, anywhere. Island love, trimming all around you. Yeah. Big thing long on for the rhythm start. Tobago updates, Caribbean art, Caribbean art, 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 art.
Nice.
If I have to call a supervisor one more time to sign off on a customer because their financials are in a mess, I will scream.
Hey, don't scream in a bank. That have lock up in it.
It's either they're not registered properly, or you know what? We could just forget about annual returns, right?
Compliance is a bad word to most of them. All your compliance out of here. But let me eat.
What is wrong with Trinbagonians? I mean, it has so much help they could get out there.
Well, you know, Trinis, we don't like to spend we money.
But you know what? Be comfortable with losing we money. That make it any financial
What people
sense.
should do is call Anderson in Trinidad and Tobago.
Wait, what? Anderson in Trinidad and Tobago?
Anderson in Trinidad and Tobago Tax and Accounting Services. Yeah, they offer helping from registering your business to filing your tax. My lunch is over. Oh!
Wait, tell me more.
No, go and scream in the bank. You go and scream in the bank.
No, Donna, don't get one sooner.
Put a smile on your face when you're moving from place to place. Good morning, good morning, morning, good morning, morning.
Viewers, welcome back. We just finished our conversation with the Goodwood Village Council about the upcoming Yam Festival and Heritage Queen show that will take place on the 28th of July 2026. It will be at the Goodwood Secondary School. between 6 p.m. to 10 p.m. and admission is 60 TT for adults and 30 for children. It starts at 5 p.m. and we want to encourage you all to go out and support our young people as they continue to be a part of our culture and heritage and legacy, and that they continue to be a part of what we have here to offer on the island of Tobago for Tobago's progress and development. I want to say thank you for staying here at Tobago Updates this morning. Thank you for making us your #1 station, and be safe on the nation's roads today. Take your time, ensure to be courteous to one another, ensure that you're your brother's keeper. And this is it for the Tobago Updates morning show. Up next we have GMT. Stay right here and remember to share the live, share the live, share the live.
Seventeen-year-old sixth form student Shania Phillip of Signal Hill Secondary School was declared Tobago's 2026 Junior Secretary of Tourism following an outstanding performance during this year's Tobago Tourism Youth Congress.
To sustainably transform our human capital, we must deploy blockchain micro-credentialing, immersive virtual reality learning hubs, and AI-powered intelligence platforms.
Shania tapped representatives from the other participating secondary schools who also vied for the opportunity to represent the island at the Caribbean Tourism Organization's Regional Tourism Youth Congress. Jola Clinton of Bishop's High School, Tobago secured second place, while Alikia Patterson of Speyside Secondary School placed third.
To move our industry from barely surviving to becoming a global leader, I, as a junior tourism secretary, propose 3 clear strategies.
I propose 3 key initiatives to help transform Tobago into a living museum: youth engagement, community art, and digital storytelling. First, schools across Tobago can adopt nearby heritage sites. This will allow students to actively participate in preserving local history while developing a deeper connection to their communities.
The Tobago Tourism Youth Congress is a flagship initiative of the Division of Tourism, Antiquities and Creative Industries.
Today is certainly much more than a competition. It's about leadership, critical thinking, confidence, and innovation. It's about giving young people a platform to express their perspectives on tourism and demonstrate their potential as future leaders of Tobago.
Today, we witness young people engaging in important questions about tourism, sustainability, innovation, and the future of our destination. And as we await the announcement of this morning's results, I want every participant to understand something very important. Your greatest achievement today is not simply the prize you would win in a few moments. Your greatest achievement is that you have accepted the responsibility to represent your school, to share your ideas, and to contribute to a conversation that matters.
In an emotional farewell as the former Tobago Junior Tourism Secretary, Jolie St. John shared some words of encouragement for the would-be newly elected Junior Tourism Secretary 2026.
To the incoming Junior Secretary of Tourism, cherish this opportunity. The title itself is important, but the experiences, relationships, and the lessons that come with it are even more valuable. Do not be afraid to respectfully challenge boundaries and ask difficult questions. Some of the opportunities will come to you, but others you must create yourself. The impact you will make will not solely be measured by the events you attend, the photo op moments, and the titles you earn, but by the lives you touch, the footprints you leave behind.
That was a production of the Department of Information, Office of the Chief Secretary, Tobago House of Assembly.
I would have heard of this OCS Vacation Employment Program through social media, right? I signed up for the program hoping to be enrolled to get greater insights into the operations of the Office of the Chief Secretary, seeing that this office is essentially the premier office of all the divisions across the Tobago House of Assembly. I hope that at the end of this program I'll be able to gain greater skills that will help me in the long run. Seeing that I would be completing my A-level studies at Bishop's High School just now, going into university pretty soon. I hope that this program will give me the necessary skills and develop me as a young person as I go into university and the world of work.
Remember when July-August vacation finally arrived? It meant freedom. No school, no homework, just fun. Those moments will always be special, but as time change, so do the opportunities. Today, our teenagers can use their vacation to do more than make memories. They can build their future.
We are genuinely excited to have you. Yes, we are truly grateful to host you for the next 2 months of the 2026 Vacation Employment Program. This program promised to be a fulfilling exchange, not just for you, but for us as well. We too will gain valuable experience as public officers from you being here. I have always believed that there is so much power when different generations are open and willing to learn from each other. So I encourage all of us, trainees and public officers alike, to fully embrace this process. And let us be intentional about pouring into one another during this time. Through this initiative by the Office of the Chief Secretary, young Tobagonians are being given an incredible opportunity. Over the next 2 months, you will gain practical experience, and I cannot overstate how important that is, especially when such opportunities are becoming increasingly difficult for young people. Therefore, endeavors such as these play a critical role.
Through the Office of the Chief Secretary Vacation Employment Program, young people get into the world of work. They gain experience, developing valuable workplace, building confidence, and discovering what it means to be a part of a professional team.
I learned it through a school group chat, where the group chat basically aims in exposing students to things that they can better their skill sets and gain new experiences. And well, in this program, I just hope to gain new experiences and a wider skill set and skill range.
The reason why I applied for this internship is because I enjoy gaining new experiences, learning new things, and strengthening the existing skills that I possess at the moment. and I pay particular attention to detail, and I ensure that while working that everything is done how it needs to be done. I hope to gain new experiences and leave here not leaving as the same person, but coming out as a new, like an evolved version of myself, equipped for whatever challenges may come my way in different work experiences here on Fort.
I heard about this program through our principal at Signal Hill Secondary School, where she sent it in a group chat that we have that focuses on pushing students. From this internship, I hope to just gain skills on how to operate in the workplace, especially as I'm going to finish my tenure at Signal Hill Secondary School and I'm going to be going into the world of work. So I hope that this opportunity grants me the skills that are necessary to excel in the workplace here.
So while this may not be anything like summer camp, vacation Bible school, or community activities, rest assured the future of Tobago is being shaped one young person, one opportunity, one experience at a time.
Of the Department of Information, Office of the Chief. Broadcasting the beauty of this island part of the world.
Welcome back to Good Morning Tobago right here on Tobago Updates, ladies and gentlemen. I am your host, Chanel Felix. And you know, whenever you see me sitting here, it's because we're about to have those conversations that you want to have while I ask those questions that you want asked. This morning, however, we jump straight ahead into our conversation as we are chatting with Mr. Stephen Mills, who is the Assistant Cert Supervisor at TEMA. And this morning, we're talking about the field hospital training. Good morning and welcome.
Good morning. Thanks for having me.
Right. Tell us a bit about this training that's happening. We know that a part of TEMA's mandate has to do with building capacity island-wide when there are natural disasters or any mass incidences. Yes. Tell us a bit about this particular training program and how it fits into that overall agenda.
Well, the field hospital deployment and management training creates a operational posture so that the agency and by extension Tobago and Trinidad and Tobago could be ready in the eventuality any major disaster. Right? Normally after disaster we'd have a lot of health issues, public health and otherwise. So the field hospital deployment training more or less builds interoperability between different ESFs, emergency support functions like fire service, police, TRHA, TEMA, CERT, and so on, by bringing them together to be able to deploy a field hospital, which would more or less mirror normal hospital.
Right. So is that like what we see when there's a natural disaster outside of Trinidad and Tobago, where, for instance, a community center is transformed into a hospital? Is it something like that?
Something like that, in a sense, yes. But there are 4 levels of field hospital deployment. So we're no from level 1 to level 4. What we're focusing on is a level 2, which is one that, you know, could be built, broken, moved, and so on, and more or less mirror all the functions of a natural, also a normal hospital, right? So you would have more or less wards, you would have capabilities to do surgeries, you would have capabilities to do isolations, a lot of these things. It also builds the search capacity for the island. So, you know, we more or less want to receive international flights. And we are more or less at the beginning of the hurricane belt, right? So if there is any major disaster, if there is any possible public health outbreak, for example, somebody with Ebola coming to Tobago from an international flight now, then this would more or less lead to the abilities to isolate, contain those persons and have it separate from a normal hospital. So we have, you know, a parallel healthcare system where we could administer care for normal, you know, day-to-day emergencies as well as special emergencies.
You spoke a bit about the ability to break them down and build them up in a short space of time. Tell us a bit about whether or not Tobago has the tools, the technology, and the capabilities to do that at the moment.
Yes. So for the past week, I've been doing audits on the shelters that we actually going to use. And this week here, we're going to do a training with different agencies to get persons up to the skill level so that we could deploy these rapidly. So what we're aiming to do is deploy a level 2 field hospital, which in essence would take up to 2 days for the full deployment, because there's a lot of you know, granular aspects of it, right? But after the completion, the beauty of it is that you could scale horizontally, meaning that you could have a field hospital for there's 5 patients and you could scale up to 96. We have the capabilities here, theoretically, to go up to 96 patients, so which would more or less mirror the Scarborough General Hospital. Scarborough General Hospital capacity is 100 bed, and that's international standards.
But even the mobility of the machines and the technologies needed to conduct certain surgeries, do we have them here?
Yes. Similar technology that we have in the hospitals already, right? Particularly for the field hospital, we in TEMA, we maintain some of those equipments. So we could deploy them one time. Additional equipment we could liaise with other stakeholders to provide them. So for example, TIHA and so on.
Understood. And tell us a bit about some of the agencies that are a part of this training. You highlighted that the TTPS, yes. The fire service. Tell us a bit about that.
Right. So the Trinidad and Tobago Police Service, the Defense Force Reserves, Tobago Regional Health Authority, right, and TEMA and CERT personnel, right, would more or less comprise key persons that would be participants of the training, and we more or less going to go into different aspects of the deployment and management. Because deploying the assets is one thing, but managing it is something totally different.
Understood. And even as a part of this training up, would persons be certified? What would we be seeing drills happening throughout Tobago? How can the public be on alert?
So these types of training, normally you deliver the information, you make sure there are checks, you know, to make sure that learning existed, learning took place. Once the capability is created and we have the agencies, you know, trained and the capacity built, so we have that operational posture, that increased operational posture, then it leads to operational full-scale drills to more or less test the deployment capabilities, how fast it could be deployed, and to refine our operating procedures and policies going forward. Right. In terms of certification, all participants will receive certifications. The type of training that we're given is more or less international standards. Okay. Right. For example, from time to time will be deployed and have been deployed to other Caribbean countries as recently as last year for Hurricane Melissa in Jamaica, to more or less do similar deployments, right? And even have been, you know, approached to do similar deployments for WHO in Africa, right? As of recent as June, right? So it's the same standards, international standards. So persons that are participants of the training would receive a certification that, would mirror that.
And this is just for Defense Force officers of Trinidad and Tobago within the armed forces, not for civilians.
No, it's for civilians also, because they're persons from TRHA.
Right,
okay.
Right,
so they're, for example, nurses, doctors, managers, and so on. They're persons from CERT, TEMA, and they're persons from fire service and so on. Right? So, it builds interoperability. So, more or less the ability for, different agencies to operate.
Understood. And tell us a bit about what are some of the other trainings that happen at TEMA outside of this particular field hospital training that happens throughout the year that persons may not be aware of.
Right. So this field hospital training is one of the first time we run in this level of training. So it's again, it's not only about building the physical infrastructure, but it's also managing the field hospital and able to scale it as the disaster or crisis prolongs. Apart from that, we normally do community outreach training like first aid and stuff. We did some with the Division of Education a few weeks ago. Apart from that, we also do like incident command and management training, so like incident command system and so on. Right, so we do a lot of different training. It depends. One thing I particularly do annually or biannually do gap analysis to see what are the gaps that exist between organizations. Right. And whatever gaps that we see, then we're able to, deliver or implement various trainings to fill those gaps so that, we'll be always in a state of readiness. Yeah.
How does one measure the success of these type of training initiatives?
Right. So, again, with the gap analysis, we'll see what's there. We'll, assess each organization, persons, the different capabilities within the organizations, see where the emergency support functions is at, the levels, and do assessment on the baseline capabilities. We deliver the training, and then we're able to assess again to see, how these capabilities haven't been improved, and then we trigger drills. So we'll see, sometimes TTX or tabletop exercises, or even up to functional drills or large-scale drills. So persons, and then from that we'll see how persons react, how the capabilities are, so we'll know how to refine it going forward.
Right. And, just for clarity, so with this field hospital training, is it that you guys are going to build an actual field hospital as a replica of what can be expected in a real disaster?
Yeah, definitely. So it's a 3-day training, right? So from Wednesday, just tomorrow, to Friday. The first day will be at the multicultural complex where we'll deliver more or less the theory. Right. So it's more or less be a full day of theory. And then on the Thursday and Friday, that will be at the Montgomery field where we'll actually do the deployment. Right. So we deploy the physical infrastructure, all the supporting capabilities, all the support implements and stuff like that. So the persons would be able to see how it actually looks when it's deployed.
Okay. And were these implemented in Jamaica when you guys went there last year for Hurricane Melissa? Was that something that you saw there?
Yeah, so that was one of my purposes, really to more or less manage the deployment there.
So we took equipment from Tobago to Jamaica?
No. So the equipment actually came from Barbados, right? So the request came from Barbados Defense Force and PAHO and CAFA. Right, I was deployed in Jamaica, Savannah Lama, that is Western Jamaica, and because the hospital there more or less was demolished, it was inoperable.
Right.
So we built a field hospital to able to replace that one temporarily.
Okay.
Right. So but majority of the equipment came from Barbados to Jamaica.
Understood. And, finally, even as we wrap up our discussion this morning, remind the public why these type of training programs are important to improving Tobago's overall capacity to manage any type of disaster.
Well, see, the western part of the island, right, that is one of the busiest corridors in Tobago, right? As a matter of fact, for Cape and Bonaccord area, if there is any disaster, tsunamis or anything like that, the closest muster point is actually Montgomery Field. But a lot of persons are unaware of that. For that area, for that district, it's approximately just over 50% of the population of Tobago resides in that area. And when we factor in, tourism and peak seasons, we could get somewhere close to 50,000 persons at any one point living in. So the ability to safeguard our key infrastructure, key assets, and these persons here, especially visitors, domestic and international, is of paramount importance. Right, so deploying it in that area and also having the capability to deploy field hospitals, especially for improved search capacities, again, is paramount. Right, so it is going to put Tobago in a position where Tobago could handle its emergencies, regardless of the type, whether it's public health crisis, disaster, a crisis is resolved, from a disaster or so. Right, so we have that capabilities on the island.
Understood. We want to thank you so much, Mr. Mills, for being here with us this morning and just giving us some insight into what's happening at TIMA and the type of training and engagement you guys are doing, across agencies on the island. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to take a quick break right here and we'll be back after this. See you soon.
Let's go. It's a brand new morning.
Coming up, Barbados kicks off festival season with Crop Over, where you can live like a local. Moments of discovery and joy during Culinary Month in Antigua and Barbuda. Find that hero within you. As these women of vision share their stories of success, Caribbean Passport TV, your guide to what's happening in the region, here on this station.
As small Caribbean islands, we do need to remember that we can't do it individually. The Caribbean needs to work as a whole. From something as simple as pool procurement of medicine or pool procurement of equipment, to sharing training, to having centers of excellence in different islands. Working together as one, we can become giants.
Be viewing Caribbean Medical TV on this station.
From the reef to the road. From the reef to the road. From the reef to the road. Tobago calling. Sweet vibes, sweet wine, everybody falling. We bring the culture straight to you. Tobago updates, we keeping it true. Oh gosh. Tobago updates. On the screen, there we go. You're home for October, carnival show. From the big stage shine to the rabbit hole line. We bring Tobago to the world in real time. Tobago updates. Tobago updates. Carnival 2026. We said the pace. Wave your flag. Anywhere you're there. Anywhere. Island love trimming all around you. Yeah. Big king long gone for the rhythm start. Tobago updates. Caribbean art.
And I have never, ever tried anything from the dirt oven. Let's go to the backyard dirt oven on a Thursday. Talk about authentic. On entry, I felt at home. I felt like I was going to visit my loving grandmother on a weekend. The kind of weekend where she showers you with love, stories, and food. This place is a home away from home. And just like I would do at home, I pop the question, what you had to eat day? And boom, coconut drops. Boom, bread. Boom, garlic bread. Boom, hops. Boom, coconut tart. Boom, jam tart. And boom, something they call nuts. And just like that, Mistress Baker was ready to pop them in the oven. And don't worry, she had some help. And while we was waiting, I said, let me hear from Mistress Baker herself.
Well, we've been operating for a couple of years now. We started, this was a COVID project. We operate strictly on Tuesdays only. You don't keep stock, we only sell on Tuesdays.
Such a sweet lady. Hey, Olia, it's ready. When last you see a nice golden brown bread, sir? Backyard bakery for the win. Olia, a GT. I finally get me the oven bread with a little extra goodies on the side. You might be asking, where they're located? They are located on Bukuru, right on Nightingale Avenue, right before Racetrack Wheels if you're coming from town. Just look for the green hedge. You can't miss it. Pause. Check out the menu day one time. Honestly, guys, this is an experience I will never forget. It's a home away from home, a place filled with love, life, and most importantly, good bread.
and welcome back to Good Morning Tobago right here on Tobago Updates. Ladies and gentlemen, this morning we continue our conversations and we are chatting with Mr. Clement George Williams, and we're talking about the Tobago Bible exhibition and expo. Good morning and welcome.
Good morning.
Tell us a bit about this Bible expo and exhibition.
Okay, it's the belong of the Christian Definitely Ecclesia of Tobago, the Tobago Christian Definitely hosting this exhibition and expo. We're trying to showcase the different Bibles that they have.
Okay.
From the Geneva Bible of 1560, the Tyndale Bible, Bibles in Dutch, Spanish, French, and other languages, and expose people to the Word of God.
Right.
Because people have a thing that the King James Version is not the real Bible. But tell you the fact that the King James Version is the only Bible. All of the Bibles are just make-up Bibles.
Or just translations of the...
Just translation, not the only Bibles that are translated from the original language of Hebrew and Greek is the King James Version.
Okay. So would you guys have a Hebrew Bible?
We have a Hebrew English translation. So you read the Hebrew and you have the English translation below.
Okay.
Also the Greek.
But you don't have the original Hebrew Bible?
No, we don't have the original, because the original Bible manuscripts.
Yeah, they want before the actual translation. Because I know that there are persons who actually go to the Hebrew Bible and make the translations for themselves
because they know Hebrew.
See where certain things were left out or converted or even translated but using different words.
No, the thing is that with the Hebrew Bible translated to English, you can see that some of the words that in English, right? Because one word may have two different meanings. One Hebrew word can have two different meanings.
Yeah.
And you have to know the context in which it is written. And some people do not read the context of what is written in Scripture. They just get an idea and they copy the idea and they say it. So we're trying to show people the Bible is context. Who it was written for, when it was written, and the context it is in. So you're able to understand.
Yeah. All right. And so tell us a bit about what is interesting about this particular expo and why should persons be excited about it?
Okay. The world is in chaos. And the Bible is the only hope. The words of the Bible, the only hope for mankind in this present world. Because we, as Christians, believe that Christ is returning to this earth to set up a kingdom that changed the whole aspect of the world. The new world order that man is preparing for, no hope in that. But the new world order from the Bible tells us it will be different. There will be peace, there will be no more war, food will be abundance, justice will be served on all. Not only rich will have money and they'll buy justice. We also have the gifts they give out to those who come.
Okay.
Right? We have Bible trivia, and you could ask questions.
Right. Tell us a bit about where this will be happening. Where...
It will be held at the Lowlands Mall.
Okay.
On the 3rd, 4th, and 5th, and then Port Mall on the 7th and 8th.
All right.
From 10 a.m. to 5 p.m.
Right, so persons can come by and engage
in the Bible discussion, and you will see there are posters they have there to show people the different aspects of the Bible and try to explain to them what the Bible is really about.
All right. And would you guys be selling Bibles there as well?
There's nothing for sale.
Nothing for sale, everything?
They have some Bibles. We have a few Bibles that we'll be giving away.
We'll be giving them away. All right. And for you, what is your favorite Bible version? What do you often...
King James is the only version, because the other versions, for example, they have the NIV and the ESV. About 16 to 20 verses are left out from the original King James Version, original text. So that is not, can't depend on that to do any, to give a full meaning.
What about the New King James Version?
The New King James Version, it's a new, but they put it in proper English, New English. Because we have some Bibles that were written in English, the Old English, with thou and the letters that thing, so.
Right. So you have spent a lot of time along with some of your colleagues doing the research on this Bible. Who are some of the other persons that are part of this?
Well, the thing is, it is the body as a whole, right? We are, worldwide, right? But we are affiliated to the Christian Bible Mission of the Americas. But there's Christian Bible Mission of Australia, of UK, and of Africa. And people, have us saying our largest numbers are in Africa, in Mozambique. So we can say it's just one type of people.
Right. And tell us a bit about why it's important for persons to come out and support this initiative and remind us of the dates sometimes.
People, we ask them to come out and look at the situation, look at it, and discover a new hope, discover a new way of looking at the Bible. Because some people look at the Bible one way. They look at a book that you read and explain itself in English. But the Bible is a book to read in English, but you have to go back into the original language. And the King James Version is the only Bible that is linked to the Hebrew and to the Greek through the Strong's Concordance. So we're trying to show people that you could use the Strong's Concordance in order to understand what is written in the Bible.
And what do you say to the persons who talk about the history of King James and the things that he did and how his character plays a part in the way in which he may have translated the Bible and all the other books that he wrote after the Bible that have nothing to do with God and Christianity?
King James never translated the Bible. It was translated by his scribes using the manuscripts to translate into English. He authorized it to be done. Right? There's a version before that called the Geneva Bible. And we have the Tyndale Bible. And Tyndale was trying to translate the Bible for the ordinary man to read because only certain people could read the Bible, those high in society and the priests. Tyndale translated it for the farm boy to read it. And that caused the problem. King James just facilitated so that it could be spread around, that more people were able to read it. Right? Regardless of King James' character, God operates in a different way how man thinks. I'll give you an example. King David, a man after God's own heart. But look at King David, what he did. God look at a man may do certain things, but God look at the heart.
Yes,
and we look at how people behave. But how can we judge someone when we don't know their heart? And I'm trying to tell people, I cannot judge a person. I can say what you did is wrong, but I don't know why they caused to do it. Right? Another example, looking at scripture, we see certain sins that are there. Right? We see if a young girl commit a sin to get pregnant. But the Bible says if a man lust it after a woman, he commit adultery. Who knows which man are wrong?
Right.
But you can't judge him because you haven't seen it.
Yeah.
God judging him. But we tend to condemn the young lady.
Right.
Over to Amos says, you did something wrong. We ask God for forgiveness, we forgive you, and we continue. But people have a thing of condemning a person. Jesus Christ, with the woman caught in adultery, he said, go and sin no more. He forgave her. But he didn't condemn her. He condemned the action, but not the person. And our aim is to tell people, you cannot condemn a person, condemn the action. Because forgiveness is one requirement to be in God's kingdom. And the Lord's Prayer said, forgive us the debtors as we forgive those who debt against us. So if we don't do that, how can we expect?
Understood. Well, we want to thank you so much for being here this morning and telling us about the expo. Remind us about the time and the dates again.
Okay, the time is August the 3rd to the 5th at Lowlands Mall from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. Also at Port Mall on the 7th and 8th of August from 10 to 5.
All right, and is there anything that you want to say to our viewers looking on before we wrap up our discussion?
Okay, my appeal to the viewers to come to see what is being offered. We have free booklets, we have Bibles, the opportunity to interact with Bibles that of different languages. So we can see the English language, the French language, the Dutch language, the German language, all convey the same thing that King James translated. They all came from the original text.
Understood. Well, we want to thank you again for being here with us this morning, and we look forward to the success of this Bible exhibition and expo that's happening right here in Tobago.
Thank you for the time.
Yes. Ladies
Okay.
and gentlemen, we're going to take a quick break right here and we'll be back after this. See you soon.
Our world is filled with rhythm. Rhythm that's unapologetic, infectious, timeless. Rhythm is commitment in action. It's how we show up for each other with unrelenting support that goes the distance. Rhythm lives in the tiny beats of our most intimate moments and the seismic roars of our biggest achievements. Rhythm is resilience in motion. So, even when things go out of sync, we do what it takes to bring the rhythm back. At Flow, we understand your rhythm because we live it. That's why we're dedicated to building a network as resilient as you, with a team of familiar faces working every day to keep you on beat. You're at the heart of everything we do, and our commitment is to keep your rhythm flowing, no matter what.
Welcome to Tobago Glass Supplies Limited, where innovation meets excellence and service reigns supreme. Our commitment is simple: to provide high-quality, innovative aluminum, vinyl, and glass solutions for both commercial and residential spaces. At TGSL, we don't just meet needs, we exceed expectations. Our range includes the finest aluminum cladding options, setting new standards in durability and style. Driven by our passion to elevate, we aim to be the leading supplier in the Caribbean market while retaining our identity as a family-owned business. Because at Tobago Glass Supplies Limited, it's not just about products. It's about relationships, it's about you. Innovation, quality, service. That's Tobago Glass Supplies Limited.
Welcome back to Good Morning Tobago right here on Tobago Updates. Ladies and gentlemen, we continue our conversations and we have the privilege of chatting virtually this morning with Mr. Selwyn Melville. We're talking about celebrating the life and the legacy of Oscar Dennis, also known as Oscar B. Oscar Benjamin. Good morning and welcome.
Good morning. How are you doing today?
All right. I'm unable to hear your audio. Can you hear me?
I'm hearing you loud and clear.
All right, I can hear you now. All right, tell us a bit about this celebration that's happening.
I'll look at you this morning. Now, you see, they told me last night, my wife told me, I'm good to fall asleep with, but not to wake up with. So, you laugh at me because, I'm a little difficult to wake up with in the morning. My smile not be at the best. and they put me to a test. But here was happening. You catch me all the way, and I had to fall in line because as a qualified media man, I had to do what is required of me.
Yeah,
So
that.
here was happening. So on Saturday, 25th, from Signal Hill. But basically, I must say this morning is not the best of days to say certain things, but then we have no choice. We have to live with what happens in life, and we have to follow up with what life offers up and see what we can do from here on in to celebrate, to regard, appreciate, and love our people for what they have contributed. Oscar Bean has been a great contributor to life in Trinidad and Tobago and around the world. In Tobago, Trinidad and Tobago, I said life because as an artist, he did contribute tremendously to our people, and that set the rhythm, the motion, and all the goodies in life for many people, and they have been touched millions of people around the world. He passed recently, and we did everything that we could have done by putting on a show in Tobago to help raise funding for him and the future for Oscar B. But at the last minute, he said, well, he had seen us putting together some quality things, and in his heart, he believes, well, then his time to go would have been now because he knows that there is love in the place for him, and that he is operating on that level. So amen for that. On the 25th, to get to the rhythm of that, we will be doing this memorial service from the St. Patrick's Anglican Church that's in Mount Pleasant. But it starts from Signal Hill, where he went to school. And there he became a choir boy and also played football for Signal Hill. And he had a very interesting football part. Coach Brittle Sinclair would have had his stories with him. That boy there, he ever come play music, not take on with no football, he not serious. And that indeed, after his football stint with Signal Hill, he went into the music because he was also a member of the Signal Hill choir and all that. So tremendous opportunity for him as a person. And he discovered that he had some qualities in that area. So he pursued that and became very, very proficient in that area and well respected and well loved by the people. But in our farewell, we leave at 2 o'clock on Saturday from the Signal Hill school, and that will take us to the Mount Pleasant church there in the Anglican church in Mount Pleasant. There'll be a procession there, so we are inviting all enthusiastic Tobagonians, friends and family to come out and support the motorcade we're going to have there for that. So they'll come out, they'll celebrate and share their feelings. Later on from 3 to 4 o'clock, there'll be this service, a community event at the Anglican Church where many people will now come out who supported Oscar B and know of his proficiency over the years, will come out and celebrate in a big way. So there'll be music, and also people will be making statements showing their regard, because I guess many Tobagonians missed out on what would have happened in Trinidad.
Right.
So it is the chance to come out there on Saturday from 3 o'clock to 4 o'clock. There'll be that community activity for Oscar Benjamin. And after that, there's a service following there. So that's how things are going to shape, but it's going to be, we'll do the best that we can to really show Tobago people how important Oscar B would have been to his people, not just in Tobago, but the rest of the world, and ensure that they understand clearly why Tobago has gone to the level of celebrating our brother. Because many times our people do so many good things for us, and we don't really celebrate them or show people how important they have been or really are, kind of thing in their existence. So here's one way where we can really sit down and celebrate a brother for what he has done, and let them know that the family and friends know that we never really took part in that, you know?
Understood.
So that's what's happening.
Would there also be performances similar to what happened recently for this particular memorial service?
Well, there would be that service there, and in the service there, well, there are a limited number of performers or performances. That will be, so we have their own secrets that the committee is working on to ensure that those who come out there can get the best of what they can think of Oscar B. But what is important in that way area is that on that day, the school, Signal Hill, there's a class of 85, they will be given a chance to air their views. And many other persons who have been touched by Oscar B would have a chance to come up on stage and speak their minds, speak their hearts, and show what kind of man Oscar B really has been. I know him personally for many things that we would have done together to assist a number of people, because he's been a real supporter of the people of Trinidad and Tobago and beyond. And anything that you asked Oscar to do then, he was very willing to come out and support and get that done. So there's no secret about that. And there's the chance now for many of them who have been touched by him to take the opportunity to come out and state on stage, well, this is what happened. And we're looking forward to now seeing that, and people express their feelings, their emotions, and their love for the brother, for what he would have contributed to the people of Trinidad and Tobago. So
Right.
no question about it. There'll be a lot of people
Some
coming.
of the organizations that have come on board to be a part of this celebration of life.
Well, you know, the local television stations in Tobago, they've all come forward. The radio stations have all come forward to support. There are a lot of business people in Tobago who quietly have come in and supported from the start on the tribute concert up to this point that we are involved with. They have come out and saying, hey, we know, like there was one client there, just drifting a bit, who said, well, look, they had to support because Oscar started his tenure, his apprenticeship with their business in Scarborough there. And they feel that it's very important. What he would have done and what he achieved requires support, and they decided then we're going to be there to support. And there are more of them like that who have come on board to support, because he has touched many, many areas. He learned in his trade in Tobago. His base has been in his island, and he has given back to Tobago in the best way he could have. So now they're saying, please come out and share, because most people don't know a lot of the things that Oscar B would have done as a person. And the opportunity is there now for them to come out and say, hey, on his departure, this is what the man has done for us. This is what he did in this area. And we respect him, we love him for that. And his family must know that he's been highly regarded. And he's not just a singer, but a citizen who has contributed considerably to the people that he has touched and loved and played football and other activities with. And there are many of them who will have played, and they're going to come out and speak on his behalf, the kind of man that he was, how he played his football. He had a long throw as a footballer that would be very important for them if you want to get a ball inside that, if it's lower down in the third, and you want to get a ball deep inside the penalty area. Those are things that he would have been able to do for them. So there are many things that they can remember and share with you about Oscar B. And I think it's so important to ensure that people can come out, and we're inviting all Tobagonians to come out in their numbers. I know Tobago is our party place, right? So on the weekend there is Plymouth and all the other things, the opening of the airport in Tobago and all that. But Oscar has a special place in Tobago, and those who see it necessary, and we invite you to give your heart and soul and your heartfelt feeling by coming out and say, hey, Oscar, you're gone, but this is what we have to give for you. Despite all the other distractions on the island, you're an important person, and here's what we're going to give you today for sharing so much of your love to our people in the island of Tobago and Trinidad.
Excellent. Well, even as we wrap up our discussion this morning, just remind persons of the time and the date, how they can come out and be a part of that.
So Saturday, the 25th of July, you are invited to come out at Signal Hill Senior Comprehensive, well, it used to be senior, but it's secondary school.
Yeah.
So there's the memorial will start that community effort. So the community will be invited to be out there. They'll hear speeches and all that, and they'll come out. And there'll be a banner, a truck, and they'll be taking all our people to the Anglican Church there in Mount Pleasant. And from there, there'll be the service. Prior to that, from 3 to 4 o'clock, there'll be a lot of statements, music, everything played. It's not a celebration of wildness, but control enjoyment and appreciation for someone who has given so much to Trinidad and Tobago and the region. Because I have to mention as well that not just Trinidad and Tobago, but in Jamaica, he had formalized himself in a big way with Byron Lee and the Dragonaires. And there's where he created a lot of fame and came back to Tobago to further his upliftment in that area. So, and from after 4 o'clock will be the service. And they will then be given that last rites for a brother who has done so much for his people, and a way to say goodbye in a very positive way. Tobago would want to do that for Huskabee.
Thank you so much, Mr. Melville. You know that you have been, a core part of the work going into organizing what was first the benefit concert, and now we have the celebration of life. Well, again, we want to thank you for all that you have been doing, you and your family, to support him and his family during this time. Again, we want to thank you for being here and taking it, even talking to us at the last minute this morning. Ladies and gentlemen, we want to thank you so much for being a part of our discussions this morning. We want to thank you for your likes, your shares, and your comments, and all that you have been doing and continue to do to make Tobago Updates the #1 broadcaster here on the island of Tobago. Again, I am Chanel Felix, and have a productive day.